you guys, it is William calling from Movie Blogs. Ciao tutti, ciao Sanremo fans, and ciao fans of Olly. He has won Sanremo 2025, and he's going to, well, actually, we don't know if he's going to Eurovision. At the time of filming this, at 6 p.m. on the 18th of February, Olly is still deciding. The broadcaster RAI gave him a week to figure it out, and he is thinking. He obviously has an established career, he has commitments, and he probably has other considerations, so he's taking his time. Dab on!
Hey you guys! Hey William!
Shall we watch and react?
Let's do this!
This was a much talked about result. There was a lot of talk that the women of Sanremo are sometimes pushed down on the scoreboard. Elodie was very outspoken about this. Indeed, some of my favorite songs this year were from Georgia and Elodie. I also love Achille Lauro. In any case, I've not actually heard the winner because this song was not on my radar during the week and I was catching up on YouTube in the morning. Before we watch, I just want to read the translation of the lyrics so you have a sense of what this is about. And maybe it won't be tonight either. The right night to get back together, to go back being together. Maybe it won't be tonight either. That lady told me there at the 4th floor window with a cigarette in her mouth, hanging laundry. I replied saying, I wish, and the chorus, to go back to when for us it was enough, to laugh, to cry, to make love, and then to stay quiet for hours until we'd fall asleep on the couch with the remote in one hand. I don't know what to do without you anymore. You who makes me live and forget, you who starts singing while you're cooking, and call it the end if you want. But how should I tell you this life isn't life without you? Very beautiful, very slice of life poetic. In any case, we are hitting play.
Olly, Balorda nostalgia. Which means silly nostalgia in English.
Very pared back and pure.
Wow, deep raspy voice.
Great voice. It's like he's talking to you.
He's very good looking.
Telling a story.
But even if I'm not looking at him,
I
like what I hear. Oh, I really like what I'm hearing.
He's really speaking from the heart.
It's building softly.
Oh. Classic Italian melody. It screams Sanremo.
There's a sense of longing here. It's got a slightly nostalgic quality.
He's putting power behind it.
But it's a modern ballad.
But it's not over the top. Look at the face. That's sincerity.
I find Sanremo's staging so lazy and quite boring.
He's turning red because he's feeling it.
Like, it just hasn't caught on with today in terms of projections, LEDs. It's always that golden, yeah.
He's just so at ease, expressing these tender emotions. The body language. Complete comfort.
A conductor!
It screams radio hit. You can pick up the melody.
Yeah, this is good. There's a mood here.
It's really beautiful.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, yeah. The body is moving, the force of the song.
It unfolds in predictable ways, but it's well executed.
It's quality.
Olly really does command the stage.
He is marrying classic with modern. It's great.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
The audience is really moved by this.
Oh, that is really nice. Grazie mille to you, honey.
Grazie, mille grazie even. Yes, both work and you are slaying vocally.
You know what? I read on Twitter that this was mid. There were a lot of people really slagging it off. But I think mid as in middle of the chest where the heart is, because that was very heartfelt. He's marrying power with control. So often when people want to show off their vocal abilities, they kind of border on screaming. Now, if you're AWS, that makes sense to your genre. But this is demonstrating power and force in a controlled way, such that it's still melodic and it's still beautiful. That is such a skill, and he absolutely has it. There's tenderness in what he's singing. And that tenderness stems, A, from the lyrics, which, as we said at the top of the video, just read beautifully. Slice of life, poetry. They're not awkward. They're not forced. They're things you would just say to someone if you were describing your day. And sometimes that simplicity, that truth, that can power a song. Just look at any song on radio, right? There are a lot of songs that don't do that. And then the lyrics almost seem cheesier, like an afterthought. This is built around meaning. And that comes through in the tender performance that is powerful and controlled. I also like that you can read the tension, the emotion, the ease on his body. And when the song is difficult emotionally, the body seems to be pushing it out. And then he has these moments of tenderness where he's just vulnerable and again letting it flow. It just all works. You can't teach someone how to do that. I mean, he clearly is connecting with his own material. That's the X factor, really. That is really the X factor. These tender songs at Eurovision, Marco Mengoni in Liverpool 2023. A lot of people wrote that off as mid. And did that come top 5? Was it 4th? Indeed, it was 4th, and it was gorgeous because Italy, they take beautiful Italian language songs. They're typically, not always, but usually the only ones singing in Italian. And then they give it beautiful staging. They always have a competent, seasoned performer who can slay the big stage, no nerves. And it works. And you might call that Sanremo by numbers. I call it a successful formula. All these fantastic ingredients that pair together. And it's underscored by passion. You know, bravo. Yes, there were other incredible songs in Sanremo that would have done as well, even potentially better. But this is a very solid entry if it does indeed go to Eurovision.
And he's very engaging. I love the way he connects with the audience. Those, you know, like, when he sings, he commands respect, right? People didn't start applauding and going rock concert crazy. They waited for him to finish, and then there was a deep sense of just applauding him. And he just felt that he'd unpacked so much emotion on stage. I don't understand a word of Italian. I have no idea what the song is about. But in my layman observations, I just feel a sense of deep longing, wanting to connect to something, but then that thing is not so easy to grapple with. And it's kind of, yeah, there's a sense of longing, but at the same time, it's underscored with a sense of loss. That's just the vibe that I'm drawing from this. Do I like it? I do. Do I love it? I don't. I feel that a lot of, I feel that entries that are I feel like entries that are in foreign languages could perhaps work better to convey the message. So even when I pressed on the lyric thing, of course, it was bringing it up in Italian lyrics, so I really couldn't understand what was being said. But then let's not forget, national selections are for citizens to determine their entries. So hopefully in the run-up to Eurovision, actually that's ambitious because he may choose not to go to Basel. He does have first refusal. There are many songs that I listen to that are not in English, or that are in languages that I don't understand. And that's because there's an emotion that I can latch onto. There's something that's being conveyed. There's a feeling, there's an atmosphere. This song really does tick that box. There is a feeling here, there's an atmosphere here, there's a build, and there's beautiful vocals. Vocals that are imperfect, but perfectly imperfect, if you get what I mean. I like the raspy undertone. It gives it a sense of a lived-in vocal that really knows what he's singing about, the longing, the loss, the good times, the flashbacks, the memories, the hope, the sense of feeling, and the sense of wanting to really communicate those emotions. See, Olly looks great. I nearly said Olly Alexander. No, different artist. Olly looks great. I love how he's, he's this balladeer, but he's got tattoos, sleeveless tank top and all of that, guns pushing out. Very telegenic, very connected with his presence. This is not just using beauty he's actually working hard here. He's connecting, he's emoting. And, I really like that.
I want to read some comments from the Wee Blogs website. This is Soren. Soren says, according to reports in the Italian press, Olly may choose not to participate in Eurovision by not cancelling his sold-out tour in May. Lucio Corsi is also said to be preparing for Eurovision. Okay, well, very interesting. McLaren says, Olly can't even sing, sings out of tune the whole time, plus the odd looks and the lack of any charisma. Really, Italy? Really? The odd looks, I don't understand the odd looks. I saw emotional expressions. I saw tenderness. I saw him performing his heart out. The fashion, the simplicity? I mean, that's, yes, he looked like a human. And I think that's one reason people can connect with him is he's not wearing a ball gown. He's not wearing a feathered God knows what. He's just wearing what he might wear if he was indeed talking to someone he loved. Marty McCoo replies, he has a fantastic voice, a powerful song, and Robert supports that. Robert says, haha, he oozes charisma. Voice is good, warm, and masculine. Besides that, on key. He was on key. Paulie says, I hope he declines the ESC offer. He's clearly not fit to take on the Eurovision challenge, and his entry isn't going to do well. Robert says, I love when singers with charisma of a ripped shoe try to act charismatic on a stage. You are no Angelina Mango, hon. I don't think he's trying to be Angelina Mango. I feel like he's occupying his own singer-songwriter Sanremo Italian language vibe, and he's doing it well. Garnacho says, Olly's artistry has as much depth as a puddle. Painfully mediocre boy with an audience of clueless thirsters, easily one of the worst Italian entries of all time. How the mighty have fallen. Okay, I think that's saying the thirsters voted based on looks. No, close your eyes. That's beautiful. That's melodic. It's classic Sanremo. Loiseau says, again, Italy brings quality way above what we have already this year, even though I preferred Georgia, but almost all the songs were better than this year's Eurovision entries. Tony says, well, Olly sounds like all other Italian singers, nothing special. To which Michael replies, Olly blends in at Sanremo, but will stand out at ESC since he will be perceived to be a classic balladeer in a sea of attention-seeking songs. And indeed, at the moment, you could argue that Olly's staging is not as flashy as some other countries. For instance, Parg from Armenia, there were a lot of strobes going on. Belgium, strobe lights, a lot of strobes going on. Estonia, Espresso Macchiato, that was very much a performative song in the sense, I don't want to say, some people said joke entry, but he was doing slapstick comedy. Finland, obviously, very big staging. This will obviously stand out linguistically and sonically as well. Another Robert, this is a different Robert because it's written differently, says, great choice to be fair, emotion, raw vocal, charisma. My pick was Georgia, but fair play to Olly. Great job. Congratulations. Ozma writes, one of these days I will write a PhD thesis on how certain subset of gay men, especially millennial gay men, I am both too, just for the sake of clarity, but I'm not oddly sexist when it comes to pop music, will only identify with music that has a female vocalist. Olly was brilliant. His voice was gorgeous tonight. The song is beautiful. Marco Mengoni was also savaged by the stands for being, quote, mid. Come ESC, everyone had changed their tune. Lana writes, exactly, I'm tired of these people wanting another Yes Queen diva with a mediocre song and a dance number to go to Eurovision. Olly's song was the best one, and Italy made the right choice. Slasian Ella says the problem is this song, Olly's song, is also generic. Any other country that sent this kind of song would be read to filth by you guys. But see, I don't think they would, because this is in Italian language, which does add a level of beauty. I mean, people love Italian language music. Very clearly, we see this at Eurovision every year. It just feels smooth. Singing in Italian is smooth and elegant. So yeah, I'm not sure that's true. And Rhett says it's okay. Italy can have a not top 10 for a change. Honestly, I think if this song goes to Eurovision and RAI gives it, the Marco Mengoni staging treatment, they do their magic as they normally do, this will be top 10 easy. Like, particularly given the quality of songs this year, and also the genres of songs, we have a lot of songs with some outlandish elements competing for attention. I don't want to say attention-seeking, but they're competing with, not gimmicks, but they're offering their own special sauce. This is just pure. This is one of the purest songs we have. Also Albania's pure. Completely different vibe, completely different musically, completely different genres, but that also feels very real to those artists. I feel like this song feels very real to this artist.
Is he on Pinterest though? That's the golden question. And while you're at it, follow Wee Wee Blogs on Pinterest.
In any case, that's what we think. What do you think? Do you think that Italy could be a surprise winner of the Eurovision Song Contest 2025? Are you loving the quality? Do you hope Olly goes? Let us know here on Wee Wee Blogs. And we'll see you later. Bye!
And we will see you later. Bye!